And welcome. Happy Hump Day. Luckily it's Wednesday already, which is good. We're getting closer to the weekend, but I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Matthew Hedrick. I'm the head of partnerships for MyCareers. So my main focus is working with schools like yourselves and career advisors, principals, head of curriculums all across Australia, in servicing them, helping out career practitioners, service their student body with our tool, MyCareers. So what I'm going to do today is take you through a student journey from start to finish through the 5-step process that we go through. Talk to you about how it all links together, how we use a smart algorithm to make sure that the students get an outcome at the end of their student journey. As well as I'm going to take you guys through our new dashboard that we have just developed and a bit of a promotional video that our marketing team, Tanae Allen, led by Tanae Allen, has put together. And then afterwards, what I'll do is do a bit of a Q&A and go from there. So here it is, MyCareers. So MyCareers is was started back, I think it was about 5 years ago by Fergus Crease, our CEO. The idea was that he wanted to help out students, guide them through a path that connects them from not knowing what they want to do to having some sort of idea and it as a beginning point and as a tool for career advisors to advise into students. One of the differential points of MyCareers is that we link all the different stages of our journey together. So that's from an interest and personality quiz through to career search, all the way through to further education. That could be TAFEs, that could be university, so bachelor degrees, through to advanced diplomas, sort of Cert 3, 1, 2 and 3s, all the way through to short courses. Beauty about MyCareers is that we have developed a platform that engages with the students so they can get through this workflow in 40 minutes. We recently just had a cohort of 150 students get through in less than 30 minutes, which is a big achievement for the business, meaning that they were able to get through those outcomes, and the career advisor at the end of the day was able to use that in advising the students, but also looking at how they can use that data, bringing in different universities as well as industry bodies in. So MyCareers all links up through the student's email address, but what I'm going to do is jump into the platform now and run you through a career journey and go through those 5-step processes, and then we're going to jump into the dashboard, run you through that, and then we'll go to questions. So the MyCareers journey starts with a interest survey, which as you can see here. And so what they, so the students So the students jump in and they answer 6 pages worth of questions. And the questions have been rephrased and redeveloped in a way that appeals with the students themselves. They're able to relate to these questions and they actually understand it as well. The questions have been developed by leading psychometricians and psychologists across Australia to ensure that they are engaging in a way that the students can go through it and understand what type of results they can get off the back of this. There's no negative or positive connotations in the questions that we ask them, as well as the questions, there is no red, only neutral colors that are on the page. Once the student has gone through their interest survey, they can then get their results straight away. So they can do a deep dive into their different interests. So they can find out what it means to be realistic, or what it means to be social. And this then aligns and links in later down the track as we move through the career journey. From here, the students then move into a persona quiz. Again, working with those leading psychometricians and psychologists, we've actually developed these questions in a way that does engage with the students. So we were talking about earlier about the time of being able to get those students through in 30 minutes. This is one of the big keys of our success, is being able to get these tests down in a simplified format so the students can get through it very quickly. Again, as you can see, there's no negative or positive connotations within the questions, and there's none of the color red, so everything's neutral. So once they go through their testing, they are then given their results straight away. So that instant gratification. We've rephrased all this in our persona quiz, so it's appealing and actually and engages with the students themselves. So this student, which is myself, is the champion, which I like to call myself, but they can actually go in there and read about it and, see how they're 57% extroverted. I actually think I'm a bit more extroverted than that, but I'm more intuitive, I've got more feeling, I've got more judging, and I'm more perceiving. From there, we move through to a career search. So we have over 400 different careers that are updated monthly via our technology and bots that scrape it off Seek.com as well as Great Australia, our partners. These careers are all associated with the results that I've got from my interest and my persona quiz, meaning that they are relatable to me as a student. So the students can then come in here and flag up to 5 careers that they may be interested in, which will then link further down into their further education, into their course search. So the students then can click on what it's like to be an amusement, fitness or sports center manager, and they can actually come in here and see the description about what that career involves. But they can also then go up the top here and learn about what the interests, the knowledge, the skills, abilities and activities, and how all that links back into their career, their interest and persona quizzes. Now, some students may not find the careers that they want. We then invite them to actually come in here and filter it in a way they can see other type of careers that they may be associated with. So obviously, maybe I want to be a barrister, sorry. So they can actually then come in here and see how those interests, knowledge and skills align with what they've done previously in their interest and persona quiz. After this, the students then are filtered through to a grade estimator. This is something that we are tinkering with in the back end at the moment to remove from the platform, because we're finding a lot of the schools really aren't driving an ATAR calculator, but some are. So we give them our schools the option to remove this or have it within the platform. Some of the career advisors that are using this use this as a way of a goal setting exercise. But what we do is we work with your head of curriculum to ensure that the subjects that you guys are offering at your school are uploaded within our back end, and that they can the students can select it. After the student has gone through this part of the journey, they go through to a course search. So now this course search is based off the careers that I'd flagged in the career search earlier in the piece, which then links back to your interest and your persona quiz. So here I can actually go through and filter a bachelor degree or vocational study, self-go bachelor degree. Then, you know, myself, I want to be an urban or regional planner. And then I can filter it by state across Australia. Within this part of this journey, I can then click on the information that I get about the university itself. For myself, I had a bit of a trouble back when I graduated in 2003. I used to go to a lot of the career days and wander around aimlessly around the showgrounds, looking at all the bright lights of each of the universities. And I was really only drawn to the universities that had the free popcorn or had the free swag. And my engagement levels were quite low, because at that stage of my life, I really didn't know what to do, even though I was in year 12. But what we've been able to do is actually funnel this into one centralized platform. So the students can come in here and do their own research. So when they do go to these career days, they will know, wow, you know what? I do want to look at the RMIT stage. I want to go see what that they have to offer that's going to be, that's going to attract me to go to apply for that university. So once the student has gone through this part of the journey, we get them to again flag between, I think it's around 2 and 5 different university degrees. And then they're then connected through to the next activities where they can review their answers that they've put within from the back of the journey. So they can go through here and then they submit these results. Once the student has then submitted these results go into an admin portal, which you guys can see the live results that was coming through. The other day, as I was talking about, we had those 150 students go through in 30 minutes. It was really fascinating to see some of the outcomes that the students were getting through in live time. So we could see each of them one coming through, and we're able to review these with the career advisor and being able to build out our new dashboard. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just take you through a promotional video of the dashboard, and I'm going to run you through a cohort of students' results and talk you through what these results mean. And here she blows. This is our new dashboard that we have built out off the back of a cohort of students going through the platform. So what I'm going to do is actually just going to run you through the actual different features of the dashboard. And then what I'll do after that is I'll open up the floor to questions about the platform and the dashboard. So what we did here is we had a cohort of students go through the platform. This would have been back in early February. And what we're doing here is giving the insights of what that cohort's different interest survey, what the results are, as well as the persona quiz, a bit of an institution overview, a course overview, but also the industries that each of the students had been interested in, but also where the knowledge, skills, abilities, and activities lie off the back of the careers that they had selected from their My Careers journey. So this particular cohort of students more identified with their interest survey as realistic. So what we do is we give you guys a bit of a summary of what that means to be realistic. And then those career advisors can use that data in tailoring career education as well as different events for the students. We move then through to the persona quiz, where we can see that, they're very much split down the middle, except that they're 63% more intuitive. But where it gets great and where I love the data that we can pull out of this through the dashboard is the institution overview. We can see that there was 35 different university providers selected, and the top two were RMIT and Swinburne. And now, speaking with the career advisor after this, they actually mentioned to me that, they don't really have a great relationship with RMIT, but they were going to use this data to be able to bring someone from RMIT to speak with the year 9 cohorts once they're in year 10 about the university. But also he was really interested to see that there was a high number of people that really were interested in looking at TAFE, so Kangan Institute as well as Melbourne Polytechnic. We also run through and give it an estimate, an average of the ATAR score from the ATAR calculator, but also give you the amount of students that actually had gone through the My Careers journey. As you can see, this cohort is around 86%. At the moment, we're seeing around about a 75 to 80% average when it comes to completed career journeys off the back of the students doing it. As we move down, we see through the courses that majority of the courses that were selected were bachelor, but there were some students that were interested in seeing a diploma or certificate. And then the top 3 courses were part of creative arts, engineering and technology, as well as sciences. Where it gets really fun is looking at the careers. So the career practitioner for the school wants to actually look at bringing these type of professionals in the arts and rec services, as well as the healthcare services and the professional and technical services. We supply each of our schools with a dictionary or information about what each of these different careers mean and how they can use that data to bring those people from the industry on site to talk to the students. And finally is the knowledge, skills, abilities, and activities. So this is off the back of the career search, that the majority of them really are into technical design, reading and comprehension, oral comprehension, and thinking creatively. So what they'll be doing is using this, their head of curriculum will be using this more into making more just decisions around the curriculum that they will be offering for the students for the year 9s. So that's the end of the demo, as well as jumping in the dashboard. I might just throw it out to the floor. If there's any questions at all about the platform, please shout out. Just put them in the chat box. So after this, obviously there might be some pricing questions. I've got everyone's details here. I'll be able to send you through a pricing model for the school. We base our pricing off the socio-economic data from the My Schools website. We have a tiered system that's based off public and private schools as well. Oh, okay. So Melinda was now. So that would be. Well, I'll share screen with you. that will be the career search. Linda, oh, there we go. Sorry, just share my screen again. Where's the chat box? Here we go. So what was the name of the student journey after the grade estimator? So after the grade estimator, we go through to the core search, which is just this one here. Yes, you can. So Jade, so once we go through here, I'll show you the report that comes through. We can actually go down to the core search or the career search, and you can see this student, which is myself, are the different careers that I've selected. What I'll do is actually, well, this recordings, I'll send it to each of you as well, so you can have a look at it, as well as the pricing, and I'll set up trial accounts for each of the people that attended the webinar. Is there any more questions at all? No, so Jade, you can't see the student breakdown from the dashboard. That's currently in development, something that I know is on the slate to be developed coming up. At the moment, we can only do it via cohort. And also the dashboard does take up to 7 business days to build out as well. All right, guys. Thank you so much for attending the webinar. Like I said, I'll follow up with everyone this afternoon with a recording and pricing, as well as a trial link for the account for your My Careers Journey. Thanks so much for joining, guys. Bye.